Welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So I'm super excited because I have just released the update for the ultimate power drifting course for mutton snappers and red groupers, the coaching experience. So I released that course back in 2020, I believe. And back then I was doing things a little different. There was a little less fishing pressure. The fish weren't as spooky. It was just a lot different back then. It's amazing how the fisheries changed over 2 years. There's just a lot more people fishing, and a lot of people are asking me how I rack up tables of mutton snappers consistently. Okay? So, guys, you have to remember, I'm only fishing basically 6 hours. So I'm fishing like 6 hours of fishing time, okay? So I'm basically only fishing 4 hours, okay? Honestly, to rack up a table full of mutton snappers. And I take a maximum of 2 people. So I really have made a lot of changes to make things happen to where I can do that over the past couple years. If you fish with me, you don't know the full story, okay? I never share, like, the full story. So as far as the leader links and all that stuff. So, but within this audio, I did. So you get to, I felt that it was time. And the reason why I do that is that I feel that a lot of people that listen to this podcast are really listening to it for the right reasons now and are really wanting to get better. So over the past couple years. So I released this audio. And it's an update to the power drifting course. It goes in depth on leader links. And like I said, the people that fish with me, they think that they know, but like I said in my fishing report, just when you think you have the answers, I change the questions. So that's just how it works. So within that course also, you have the secret bait that I use. I give you, it's all loaded with nuggets. It's amazing for the value. So the guys that have purchased the course already, as well as the spot finding course. So you're eligible to get the $25 price for the update, okay? Now, if you haven't purchased either of those courses, you're not eligible. And that it's a standalone purchase that is $100. So if you wish to purchase the update, you will need to email me and I will send you a code, okay? And then when you go to check out, then you can apply the discount code and you'll get the update for $25. So again, you are eligible for the $25 price if you've purchased the spot finding course or the ultimate power drifting course, okay? You will need to email me, and I will send you a discount code, and you'll need to be patient because I am fishing quite often. So that is my main source of income. I am a full-time fishing guide, not a part-time fishing guide. I am a full-time guide. So when I get your email, I will typically respond either early in the morning before I leave for work, or I will respond late at night. It might be 24 hours before I get back to you, but you will receive the discount code. And I got to tell you, it is loaded. And if you haven't purchased either of those, then you don't qualify for the update, and that price is $100 for the standalone. And it is loaded. I have not shared any of this stuff on YouTube. Some of you guys have seen it on the fishing charts, but you don't know the full extent behind why it works. You don't actually know the leader lengths and the strategies and all that stuff. So that stuff I share in the audio, okay? And then when you fish with me again, you'll have a better understanding of what's going on. And then what happens is that you become a better fisherman on your boat and you become more confident. That's how it works. So, and then you'll be able to apply it and start catching a lot of fish, even if you haven't fished with me. So it's so funny. I got an email this morning, okay, from William. And William purchased the secret bait and little $25 audio I put out, okay? And he had been like kind of struggling catching some yellowtails. Like it's a tough time of year. And so he's like sent me an email and he said, this is what he wrote. And I'm gonna read through it really quick. He said, hey, good morning, Captain. These hashtag secret baits, I'm not going to tell you what they are, but he wrote it down, are the real deal. Easy to use on the flat line for the yellowtails and on the bottom for the mangrove and grouper. They're a firm bait and a great texture, and they have a distinct smell that turn those cold fish into hot fish. So he was fishing, and like I was telling you guys, the snappers have been acting funky. And towards the end of the night, he decided to give it a try. Like all fishermen, he didn't try it right away. He was using some sardines or something. They shut off, and then all of a sudden, boom, he limited out with the secret bait. So that secret bait's for sale as well in the courses. Stuff works. So awesome. And those that are willing to like put in the effort are going to be the ones that get better. Okay, that's just how it works, and you don't need a big fancy boat. I mean, William like has a little like Boston whaler, and with a super small little engine on the back of it, and he does more in that boat than like he's got a lot of heart, man, and he's out there doing it. And in a few years, watch out, because he's going to be really good, and because he's got a lot of drive, and he is purchased the courses and. He's just doing a lot. He just joined the rigging crew, and he's just getting better. So I'm really proud of the guy, man. And those are the guys I want to see succeed. So guys that are putting in the work and doing their thing. So the secret bait is available. It's $25. And then those that, like I said, those that have purchased the courses, the power drifting course and the spot finding course are eligible for the $25 update for that course. So, but you have to email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com, and then I'll send you a code so you can purchase that audio. And it's one thing about audio is I can pack a lot of information in the audio, and that's just my style is audio, and I can just pack a whole bunch of nuggets into that. Yeah. Things has changed, and a lot of guys aren't sharing anything anymore. It's just they've been burned, and that's just how it is. So I am going to continue putting out some great content for you guys. What I do put out for sale is really good content for you guys to apply, like exactly what I'm doing, okay? I feel that I was holding a lot of stuff back and my energy wasn't right. So, and when I went ahead and did the audio today, I feel really good because my energy was like, I'm holding a lot of this stuff secret, and even from clients, I'm holding it secret. So I released that today, and I feel really good, and I know that it's really going to help you guys. And please use it responsibly, okay? Please use it responsibly, and yeah, I'm just saying, when I say please use it responsibly, because the more you learn from me, the better you're going to get and the more you're going to catch. So there you go. Fish responsibly. Okay, let's move on to today's tip. And today's tip is about wahoo fishing and matching the hatch. Okay? So first, I was like, some seminar came up in my feed, and I was really like, oh my God. So he's telling everybody that you need to use big baits to catch wahoo. That is not the case. Don't believe that. That is 100% false. 100%. Here's what you need to do. Okay? Take it or leave it. This is for the guys that don't that are in the planer fishing. You'll run 2. I run 4 lines. I try, depending on the level of skill that my angler has. But typically, I only need 2 lines. But if I do, like in October, I like to run ballyhoo, a lot of ballyhoo. So ballyhoo for me in the month of October and November and December works very well, because it just depends on if there's a lot of flying fish around as well. So if there's a good push of flyers, then the ballyhoo go out. If not, then I'm more focused on running plugs and bait strips down deep. And then they'll, like those flats or those ballyhoo rods will get ignored. So here's my spread. I run, and this has changed a lot from years ago, so I'll tell you flat out. I run a bait strip deep on a sea witch, either a blue and crystal sea witch or a all mylar pearl sea witch or a pink and crystal. Okay, that's one rig. And on the next rig, I'll run a Halco. Guys, it's not about the color when it comes to the Halco. That lure is just crazy. I've got a buddy in Bermuda that is crushing Wahoo on just the Halco itself with no paint. And yeah, so I'm not really concerned about the color anymore. I just throw the lure out there, man, and they just go after it. It's really not about the color when it comes to that bait fish like Halco. But my favorite color is that bait fish color. I've caught several Wahoo on that. You guys seen that in the land shark video. We destroyed them on that day. And yeah, but the previous day I had fished, I caught them all on bait strips and as well. So I think I caught 13 one day on bait strips. There you go. And that's the tiny bait. Okay. And it was about that holographic flash. It drives them nuts. And then I've had days where it's been all ballyhoo bites. Okay. And I run a pink and blue, and with an orange head. That seems to be what's doing it. And then I run the blue and crystal with an orange head. And I've seen a change in that blue and crystal. I don't get a lot of bites on it anymore. I'm getting more bites on the bubblegum color than I do the blue crystal big bait over the ballyhoo, to be honest with you. I used to run that bait way long and crush them. Well, things have changed, and I'm just not seeing the bites that I used to on it. I don't know. Maybe this year will be different. Every year's different when it comes to that. But I'm getting more bites on the bubblegum color. That's the blue and the pink. Heavier sea witch, like a 3 to 5 ounce sea witch. I'm using heavier heads, 2 ounce, and then the old black and red feather. That's been another standard down here. You can't go wrong with that. That C&H heavy bait with that big head, black and red feathers, and then Mr. Big is another one with the black and the red. That's another one that you should run. Yeah, then just even with that Mr. Big, that high speed lure, put a ballyhoo on the back of it, medium size, big hooks. Those fish don't give a shit about hooks. A lot of guys are coloring the hooks gray, taking gray fingernail polish, green fingernail polish, and covering it up. As far as the wire goes, I use on my ballyhoo rigs, I use titanium color. I don't know. I've been using titanium for a long time. One of the reasons why I use titanium is that I can make up those rigs are reusable. So if I'm running 10 trips in a row and then I have a really good day, I can reuse that titanium rig 3 days in a row. They get checked, and I do everything I can, but typically I can get 3 days in a row on one bait and catch 3 Wahoo on one rig. The titanium is the way to go. It's a little bit of investment, but when I'm Wahoo fishing 2 weeks in a row, I like the titanium because I have it already set up and it saves me a lot of time. That's the same goes with the bait strips. I do like to run titanium on the bait strips, and if you want to know how I do that, you can purchase the bait strips course. And then if you want to know how I rig the ballyhoo with titanium, the double rig titanium rig, and how I tie it and the leader length, that's in the ballyhoo rigging my way. Of course, there's a lot of videos out there now about how the double rig, but what I see is a lot of guys like running hooks back through and running wire back through. What I show in the video is the way to do it without destroying your ballyhoo, and you don't want to be handling it too much. Also, too, guys, another myth is that about pooping your baits. I do not poop my baits. I never have. I don't poke out the eyes. You break the back, and then you squish the tail a little bit. You break that backbone, and then you get it wiggling. Your baits wash out really quickly when you poop. Okay, when you poop them, and it's just the opposite. I leave everything intact. I want everything natural. I want the most scent in the ballyhoo as I can, and I have never pooped my baits. And when I'm pulling a double hook rig, that you don't get a lot of action on that rig anyways. It's really about just getting that little bit of tail shake, and that's it. So I don't know. Continue doing what you want and watching all the YouTube videos you want, but I don't poop the baits at all. I never have. And you guys have seen how many Wahoo I've caught on my baits, and I brine the hell out of them. And yeah, I use a special brine formula, and I share that in my rigging crew only. So if you want to learn, that's some of the other stuff that we do in the rigging crew. We talk about brining formulas and all the little secrets. There's a lot of guys that are selling baits online right now, like salted squid, and there's a secret to that. And you can do it too. So that's the type of stuff that we talk about in the Good Karma Sport Fishing rigging group. So if you want to join the rigging group for the wintertime, email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com. This week we're getting into one of the secret Wahoo baits that we use down here in the Keys, and that only a few people know about. It's an awesome bait, and it's not what you think it is. Okay, it's not what you think it is. Yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. I gave you guys a few pointers about the Wahoo fishing, and just have confidence in your spread. In the past I talked about Nomad and how I'm not a fan, and now finally people are starting to say that a couple guys in my group are, they spend a lot of money on the Nomads. They got good bites, and then now it's all out of whack after one bite, and the auto tuning is way off. I just caution you guys against that. You might catch 2 fish, and then the next batch of Nomads you get, they might spit it at it. You'll get the bites, but they won't stay on the hooks. So plug fishing is a little tricky. And maybe someday I'll share some tips with you guys here. Something to look forward to about how I eliminated not missing a lot of fish on plugs. And yeah, so I've done some things that have improved my hookups. So I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think think that might be the next step for you guys in the future here. So that's all. I'm going to leave you with a little teaser. I know a lot of people don't like that, but it is what it is, right? Oh my God. I always hated the Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones at the very end, or then you have to wait 2 years before they release the next Game of Thrones. But I promise it won't suck like the last season. So, it is what it is. And Monday Night Nitros, man, they'd always leave you hanging with Sting coming down from the rafters. Man. Okay, as far as my availability goes for charter boat fishing, let's see. I am, for the next moon coming up, starting this week, I'm out the next 2.5 weeks, okay? So starting on the 15th, I'm out through the 26th, and then I have the 28th and the 29th available. Then we get into October. I've got a few midweek dates open. My Saturdays are I think I've got my Saturdays in October I have open. I've got October 8th and then the 29th. All my Sundays are already full. And then I have a few random days during the week that are available. November, wow! I just looked at my calendar. Almost every day of the month is already filled up. So if you're looking to book with me, please contact me to get in on my calendar for November. And then December, 100% Wahoo and Mutton fishing and grouper fishing. I am not available the 13th through the 17th. I'm closed for maintenance. And what else? Oh, it's my 50th birthday. Fun times, right? On December 14th, I turned 50. So we're going to do take the boat out of the water and do some maintenance and get ready for winter and that week. Yeah, so that's what I got here. So if you're going to book come fishing with me here over the next couple of months, get your reservations in. What we'll be targeting, okay? I will be targeting black groupers if the conditions are right, and mutton snappers, and then Wahoo. And I'm going to be targeting Wahoo on almost every trip unless the client doesn't want to do it, and if the conditions aren't great, okay? So things are different than the past couple years. The reason why I took a break from Wahoo fishing was because there were just so many boats with COVID, and it was not fun for me. So I've got some new techniques that are working very well that a lot of people have not seen yet. If you fished with me last year, you're not seeing them. So I changed, and I've only put them in the water 3 times this year, and we've gotten 4 Wahoo. So early season September Wahoo can be awfully challenging to catch, and we've got some beautiful Wahoo here, and limits a blackfin tuna. Limits all the blackfin tuna I want. Like you guys, so I run a mixed bag of for blackfins and for the Wahoo. So, and then an occasional bonito. I try to stay out of those things the best I can, but yeah, so that's what I got going on. Things are different than last year and the year before that and the year before that. We're coming at it in a different approach this year, and I'm super excited about it. And I want my clients to know that you have to let me know if you don't want to Wahoo fish, because otherwise we're going to Wahoo fish. That's just is what it is. And then that's what we'll be doing on most trips if the conditions are right. Otherwise, it's patchery fishing, big mutton snappers. Coming at that differently this year with some new techniques, and I'm super stoked. Got some new areas I'm fishing. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say with that. A lot of fun coming up, guys. Look forward to seeing you guys that are already on the books and new clients. Follow me on Instagram. Keep up with what I'm catching. Good Karma Sport Fishing _FL_Keys is my Instagram handle. Oh, one last thing. Porgies. Porgy. I know I've been talking about porgies over the past few years, and it's time to put the porgy to rest. And I'm going to tell you guys what a porgy is. A porgy is a mutton snapper. And what is a porgy hole? It is not a fishing spot. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. It is how you take the picture with the fish. And it's R-rated, so I'm not going to tell you. The guys that have fished with me know what the porgy hole is. And it's how a lot of the YouTubers get the fish's spines to pop up. That is the porgy hole. You won't be seeing any more porgy posts on Good Karma Sport Fishing. We're moving on to something else and to something a lot more fun. Again, I don't take my Instagram very seriously. So over the past couple of years, I had a lot of... There's many reasons why I started using the porgy. I think a lot of people were taking this mutton snapper fishing way too seriously, and I was getting all these messages from people about all this stuff, and it just got to be old. Okay, I love the fish. I approach Wahoo the same way I approach mutton snappers. I approach black groupers the same way I approach mutton snappers. Okay, so I fish for what's biting. And that's it. So I target mutton snappers when I have the requests from people, and I get a lot of requests. And I don't really, to be honest with you, I love to do it all. I love it. I love the Wahoo fish. I love to mutton snapper fish, and occasionally we will catch a porgy. So that's the porgy story, okay? So I started calling them porgies because it confused everybody, and everybody was like, what the hell is he calling them porgy for? To be honest with you, it just sounded like a cartoon name. So, and Mutton Face is a real person, and he lives at Tavernier Creek Marina in Barn 5 with his machete. He'll come back out on Halloween. All right, all good, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good.